Hey everybody, I hope you can see me. Welcome to another daily Disney discussion. It is Thursday. Already time flies when you're having fun. Anyway, we're here to talk about one of my favorite subjects, the Muppets. So, but is this one of my favorite attractions? I guess we'll find out. So, welcome in everybody. Thanks for joining me. You can tell I was hosting today because there was no beautiful music at the beginning like Walt really does. I'm clueless. I'm sitting here looking at the screen going, I can't figure it out. I'm not even sure if I know how to go live. So, anyway, hope everybody's having a good day. I want to start out by just doing some housekeeping. Like Walt says, we want to thank Dean from the Live Place for sponsoring us and having us put our show on his wonderful, wonderful channel. It means a lot to us. And shout outs to Disney Dan and Steve from Steve's World, our partner channels. And I'm going to jump in the chat real quick, say hi to you guys, and thank you for being here tonight. So we've got Brian. Brian is number one, and he's got our Muppet music starting already. I won't sing yet, I promise. But it's time to play the music. It's time to light the lights. Eric, welcome in. He's eating pizza, so he's only listening. I wish I was eating pizza. That sounds awesome. Downscale, welcome in. And of course, Brian, Eric, and Downscale are all of members of our channel. Thanks for being here. Rachel is here. Hi, Rachel. How are you today? Thanks for being here. Let's see. We also have James, Ryan. Welcome in, James, another member. Thank you for being here. We always appreciate your support so very much. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, Eric, you got to take the day off yesterday. Hope you had some fun. Hope you had a good time. And it just jumped on me. Rhiannon's here. Another one of our more new, newer members. Thanks for being here, Rhiannon. Oh my gosh, Miguel. Welcome in, Miguel. I haven't seen you guys. Hello to you and Dee. Miss you guys so much. Make It Blue is here. Hey, Caitlin. G. Wilson is here. Joey's World. Hey, Lisa, Joey, and Keith. Thanks for being here tonight. Did I miss anybody yet? Did I see Big Disney Fan in here? Oh my goodness. Yes, Big Disney Fan. Thrill Seeks, welcome in. Thanks for being new to our channel. I'm glad you are here. Thanks for joining us. We are talking the Muppets today. So we do a little stream every day until the park reopens where we go in from our little bowl of rides and attractions, pick one out and discuss it for about a half an hour on the stream just for fun. So it's been actually a lot of fun for us. We've really enjoyed it. So if I miss you guys, just repost. I really appreciate all of you being here. Charlie and Stacy, welcome in. Thanks for being here. Good to see you guys. So anyway, let's talk a little bit of Muppets. Muppets have been my favorite since I was about 3 years old. My dad and mom have some old school silent video footage of me dancing around in front of the big giant television set, you know, the ones that you couldn't move to save your soul. So when it died, like 30 years in, it was always really difficult. But anyway, it's a lot of fun. Oh, can you guys hear me okay? I noticed maybe there was some issues with the sound. But anywho, can you believe that Muppets opened in May of 1991? I knew it was old, but I didn't know it was 29 years old. I mean, it's almost as old as the park. So it was obviously there long before it became Hollywood Studios. It was MGM, but oh yeah, Thrill Seeks. Love Muppet Christmas Carol too. Muppet Treasure Island is actually one of my all-time favorites. I love the old ones. Muppet Caper, Muppets Take Manhattan, but for some reason there's a connection that I have with my boys with Muppets Treasure Island. We could probably rehearse or just perform that entire movie for you. We won't, but we could. But I just love the Muppets. I love the mixture for kids, but it's kind of for adults. You know, you get that humor going on. It's funny. My son Mason and I were talking the other day about how he'll watch some of it now and he realizes some of the humor going back to it. It just makes him appreciate it that much more now that he's 19. So it's just kind of funny. So I know, Miguel, I had no idea it had been around that long either. I would have said, you know, maybe late 90s, early 2000s. It's just crazy, crazy, crazy. Welcome in, Ron and Meredith. Thanks for being here. The Philly crew is in the house. And anyway, what are you guys' feel on the Muppets? I mean, it's a little outdated. It's definitely a little outdated. It needs a new show. I mean, I don't want the Muppets to go anywhere. I will chain myself to the building. I was really worried when they were refurbing that particular area of the park that they were going to disappear. And I know when they put in the new restrooms and it's the Gonzo themed, I was like, well, that's a good good sign that they're probably going to keep a Muppet theming around. And Pizza Rizzo, I mean, the thing is, I feel like the theming they have in that area could easily be taken away because even Pizza Rizzo, there's not a whole lot of Muppet theming going on in there if you've been in there. There's some stuff upstairs, but it's very lacking. And it always worries me that Muppets are going to disappear. Welcome in, Avery. Hey, Carlos, welcome in. Thanks for being here. Good to see you guys. And Walt just posted in here too. He's in the chat, and the show is fun. I enjoy the show. I love the concept. Some of the great lines in there with Sam the Eagle and some of the other things are great. I love that you get to see Sweetums come out into the audience. He's the big giant, brown furry monster when they're searching for Bean the Bunny. And that I thought was so cool. I remember when I first walked into the Muppet Theater, being a big Muppet fan, the very first time I was at Hollywood Studios, I was awestruck by walking into that Muppets theater. I thought it was so cool. Love the Swedish chef thing going on in the background. So much about that ride that I love, but so much that needs to be adjusted and changed. The little 3D guy kind of drives me crazy. You guys feel that way too? I think he kind of drives me to drink. He's kind of annoying. So Miguel says, I liked it a lot. I think minimally they need to change the end scene when it looks like there's a hole in the wall and you see the people in the park. Definitely looks like those folks are in the 90s. It does. Hi, Wendy Luhu. Welcome in. Thanks for being here. I agree. There's so much of it that's definitely outdated. I mean, I love seeing Bunsen Honeydew and Beaker and all the goofy things where everything always hits Beaker's head and his head gets pushed into his body. It's classic Muppets for sure. So let's see if we have some other comments. Obviously, I'm not so good with even posting the comments up here, guys. So if I missed anything you said, see everybody kind of chit-chatting. Definitely needs a revamp, but keep the feel. I'm with you, Brian. It definitely needs some updates. I would love to see them just do a whole new movie, kind of keep maybe the general concept. I mean, Fozzie's silly. I love Waldorf and Statler making their corny jokes and how they're bolted to the floor and can't go anywhere. It's fantastic. The funnies are all good. And we always laugh when we watch the pre-show outside in there. That's fun. There's a lot of really cool things to see out when you're waiting to go into the theater. And there's a section a part where they tell them to stop all this foolishness, or Sam the Eagle tells them, stop all this foolishness or something like that. And they're like, well, what kind of foolishness would you like to see? So it always makes me laugh. I think it's funny. Downscale says, it's definitely old, but still great. Has Jim Henson voicing Kermit, so they have to at least keep that part. So yeah, that's hard too, for sure. So anyway, here's the question that I pretty much think we're all going to be on the same page with this, but do you fast pass this attraction? I mean, really, do you have to fast pass Muppets? My thought, no. I mean, there really is no wait. You're basically just waiting for the next show, which I guess is 15 minutes. So that's probably the most I would wait for that ride or attraction. Are you guys in the same boat? I mean, 15 minutes for the next show. Caitlin says, I love the mirror captioning they added in this attraction, a way to get closed captioning, but not inconveniencing others in the audience. That's a really good point. It's good to get that viewpoint, Caitlin, for sure. Fun fact, Avery's always got some awesome fun facts. I love to read your fun facts, Avery. The Muppets were originally supposed to have a bigger presence at Disney's Hollywood Studios, a Muppet ride, and a Muppet restaurant in an area that would be Muppet Studio. Oh my gosh, I would die for that. And I wish that's something that they would bring back again. I'm not a huge fan of the newer Muppet movies that came out over the last few years. The first one was okay. The second one was I really miss having, I know they're coming out with the new Muppet show on Disney Plus, so I'm hopeful for that. I'm hoping it'll be fun and exciting, and maybe that will regenerate some excitement about the Muppets and maybe give them some new ideas. I mean, obviously Hollywood Studios has had plenty of updates. They're probably not looking to really do much more, especially in light of current circumstances, but there's a lot of future ahead of us, so who knows. Downscale says, bring us Muppet Studio. I am with you for sure. Absolutely 100%. So, I'm thinking you're all on the same page with me. No fast passing. No fast passing Muppets. Thank you, Margaret. See, Walt says that because I say that all the time. Do any of you guys know what that's from? Thank you, Margaret. you guys don't quote Muppets like I do, but if you know that scene, post it in the chat. If you know which Muppet movie it's from and who said it. And Downscale says he'd rather see a Muppet Land than another Pixar IP jammed into Disney Hollywood Studios. I agree, but I'm biased. That's at least how I look at it. James, no fast pass. So definitely. Thank you for being here, Thrill Seeks. I really appreciate you coming in. I know it sounds like you have had a really long day. So hopefully we'll see you back again. Generally, our main show is on Tuesday nights from 8 to 9, 9:30-ish with Dizanity and me and Walt, who's the real host of the show. I'm just his sidekick. So, hey, Jamie B, welcome in. Thanks for being here. Hoping we're going to meet Jamie B and Stacy and Charlie. Sorry, Charlie. I just had a big brain fart at the parks this summer. Really looking forward to it. And Laura. So hoping we're going to see you guys this summer for sure. So yeah, I mean, I'm thinking we're all on the same page. No fast pass, probably not waiting for more than one performance to go through, waiting in there. Like I said, it's a fun area. It's air conditioned. It's cool. There's plenty of places to spread out in there. You know, I'm thinking they can continue that show, no problem, just letting limited people in, put areas down where you can stand, and plenty of room in that theater to space out, because I know space out literally and figuratively. But basically, I think you're not going to have a problem having people get in to see this ride. So Downscale says, I think your bias for the Muppets is even more of a reason they should add a Muppet Land over Monsters, Inc. or something like that. I'm sure you're not alone in your love for the Muppets. I don't think so either. I think I have a few fans out there with me. I wouldn't mind having Monsters, Inc. That is an IP that I don't think we have enough of in Disney, and I love Monsters, Inc. It's one of my favorite Pixar movies, but I'm going to pick Muppets every time. So make it blue. I don't think of being a sidekick, a tag team that can't be separated. Aw, thanks, Caitlin. No, for sure. But Walt, this is definitely, I mean, he puts so much work into this show, and it means a lot to him. Not that it doesn't mean a lot to me, but I want credit to go where credit is due for sure. So Walt puts a lot of time and effort into our streams and our vlogs and our blogs and all that good stuff. So, and anybody here, Walt has a really good point. Does anybody actually like Pizza Rizzo? So basically, it's just a copy of Pizza Planet. I really liked the idea of Pizza Planet and how it fits with the whole Toy Story movie. I kind of wish Pizza Planet was moved over to Toy Story Land. I love Woody's Lunchbox. They can keep that there too, but it just makes sense. I didn't like that they got rid of it. They didn't improve the food at all, in my opinion. I don't think Pizza Planet and Pizza Rizzo, it's the same basic, nothing fancy pizza with your little side salads, and which is fine. Also, they're very rarely open. I know they only open in the afternoons for like lunch. I know last time we were in the parks last summer, we went around 4 o'clock thinking we could grab some dinner. Walt was craving pizza, and I figured I can eat the salad and we could share, and they were closed. So they're not really open for dinner. I think they do that more seasonally. So it's just not great pizza. Yes, exactly. Downscale put that in there. So if Pizza Rizzo was ever actually open, he might be able to give his opinion on the restaurant. So that is very, very true. Hey, Cindy, welcome in. Thanks for being here. Cindy is our very first member. Always love to see you, Cindy, darling. So, I mean, I don't mind the food. If you're feeling like a piece of pizza, it's your standard. It's not, I don't think it's gross or anything. I know a lot of people give it a lot of razz on it a lot. I mean, because there are places in Disney to get some superior pizza. Hey, Craig's Robotics, welcome in. Glad to see you again. So definitely, I think Via Napoli has fantastic pizza. They have great pizza at the pizza window on the boardwalk, but you're going to get your pretty basic pizza within the park. So it's no worse than anything else that you're going to get, whether you're at, where else do they have pizza? Over on like Grand Avenue, I think that is, over by where Hollywood Tower of Terror is. It's pretty much the same as what you're going to get there. So it's all good. And Downscale says if they revamp the restaurant to have some Muppet animatronics pop up for some gags or maybe some stage showish content with Rolf like Sunny Eclipse, that would be incredibly awesome. I am all about that. They do. They need to have like Dr. Teeth and the the Mayhem up there performing for us, or having Fozzie come out. Like they could change it up. Like the Country Bears have the different curtains come up, and then Fozzie's doing his comedy, and Rolf's playing the piano, and then you got Janice and Dr. Teeth and the band up there, performing. That would be so cool. I would love that. I'd probably never leave. And I really enjoyed, having the presence of the Muppets in Magic Kingdom for a while when they did the little show in Liberty Square. That was so much fun, and I know they bring that back seasonally sometimes. At this point, I don't know if they'll bring it back at all, but Great Moments in History was really, really fun. So I just think their humor is second to none and just very unique. So that's my opinion on that. So, all right, guys. So we already know no fast pass. We already know we're not going to wait super long for this ride. I like getting the feedback from all of you about things that they could do for this attraction for sure. Do I have any other, besides downscale, any other Muppet fans out there? Anybody else that has an opinion they would like to share about Muppets? So, yep, Electric Mayhem, Country Bears Rolf could be an incredible place to eat. I agree too. It would be so much fun. Oh, that's a good thing to talk about. Walt put in there merchandise. So I don't know about you guys, but I am incredibly disappointed. And it's funny that this came up because Walt and I were talking yesterday about merch, and we've spent a good amount of time at Universal Studios since it opened, and there is a huge difference between merch and Universal versus Disney. And it's really hard for me to say this because I am a full Disney girl. I was really hard on rating some of the rides. If you watched one of our recent videos, I was kind of scoring the rides at Universal fairly low because my expectations are very high. But when it comes to the stores and the merchandise, I will give Universal credit all day long in terms of when you come out of a ride into a store, you're going to find the majority of the merchandise in that store to be themed to that ride. So if you're coming off the Spider-Man ride, 75 to 80% of the merch in that store is Spider-Man. They'll throw in some other, but with Disney, I find it's the opposite. You come out of stores and you might get like 10%. When you come out of that Muppets ride and go into the Muppet store, you get a small section of Muppet merchandise, and the rest of the store, granted, they've expanded it and it's nicer, but it's everything else that you're going to find everywhere else in the park. And now they've got an art section, which is all fine and good, but there's no Muppets art in there. It's really something that frustrates me. I feel like every store you go in Disney, it's pretty much all the same merchandise. And they might have one shelf of something that fits the attraction or the area. So that's kind of my beef, what's the word I'm looking for? Rant for now. So I don't know if you guys feel the same thing too. You can't have Kermit ears. That's true. There's, I do have a Kermit hat though, you could have Kermit hats. And yeah, Jamie says that too. Very little Muppets merchandise in the Muppet store. So that's my rant over. And just kind of bums me out. So yes, Stevie Lee, hi, welcome in. We need everything Muppets forever. Hooray! So, awesome. But I'm glad you guys are here tonight and glad you are joining me. So anyway, anything else you guys want to share about this ride? I always feel like I run out of stuff to talk about, and Walt, next thing you know, it's 6:30 and he's covered it and I'm always behind. So I feel like I'm like, run. Hey, Sherry, welcome in. Thanks for being here today. Thanks for joining in. Sherry is a member also. Thank you so much for being here. And oh, Rhiannon said she did find some lovely character drawing books in there. Were they Muppet character drawing books, Rhiannon? And that's something you don't always find a lot of, that's for sure. That's something that's really cool. Thank you, Wendy. So ratings on this ride. Wendy, you need to come co-host with me. You're welcome. Anytime you're over here from good old Scotland, you come help me out. So what are your ratings for this particular ride? What do you rate the Muppets on a scale of 1 to 10? I'm going to hold off on giving you mine till I see yours. Anybody? Somebody? Anybody? And Downscale says, since the Muppet area is rather tiny, I can understand why they feel they shouldn't have an incredible amount of Muppet merch. But if they were to give this incredible property more attention, ... Make It Blue says Streets of America was a prominent area for me as an autistic child and a safe gateway for me, and had the best cast interactions there, and it made me cry to see they kept one section by Tap House. I agree. I liked that section too, and I do miss it, and I am glad that they kept some of it there. I understand the reasoning, and I guess it needed an update, but I liked that particular part of the park too, Caitlin, for sure. Charlie and Stacy say, Melissa, they need to pump the Muppets up a few notches. I agree. So we're getting ratings of 7.5 out of 10 for Rhiannon. And is that a negative 10 big Disney fan or 2 plus 20? I need some clarification on your rating. Brian says 7.8. Eric says 7. Lisa and Joey and Keith say 9. Meredith and Ron say 8. Yes, I would love a Muppet mug too, Rhiannon. They have a couple, but I'm not a big fan of the ones that they have. Jamie gives it an 8. James gives it a 10 as it is, but in agreement with those that suggest it could stand an update. Let's see. So Stacy is going to give it a 5. They are eating gourmet McDonald's for dinner tonight. Walt had gourmet McDonald's for lunch. His work bought it for him, so he got lucky. They sent it over via delivery. So I'm like, woo, that is gourmet. All right. Amy. Hi, Amy. Welcome in. She gives it an 8. It's a nice filler attraction when you need to cool off. Oh, Wendy gives it a 20 million out of 10. And let's see here. So I give it an 8 and Walt gives it an 8. And I don't remember how to get the pop-up to come up with a little rating because I'm useless. So basically, we give it an 8. For me, more for nostalgia because it's Muppets. I really do think it... Oh, Walt gives it a 9. You told me 8 earlier. Or did we say 9? That's sad. Anyway, 8.5 then? I just love the Muppets so much. They hate to give it anything below a 10, but it really does need some improvements, and I'm trying to be, what's the word? Not super, super biased, but there's so many great things about it that I don't want it to go anywhere, but it could use an improvement for sure. So Caitlin gives it a 6 out of 10. If they improve the video quality and the 3D technology, I think it would be great. And that's true. I mean, this is an early 90s video technology for sure. So, you know. And Melissa's rating is a 20, says Brian.
Hi,
Here's
everybody.
Walt. Here's Walt. He's getting the pop-up to come up. Oh,
Here's
8
your
out of
rating.
10. Okay,
8
thanks,
out of
dear.
10.
He has to come bail me out every
No, I
time. Anywho, I know I probably would give it a 20 just for the sake of giving it a 20. Wendy says it's needing an overhaul and a bit more attention to detail. It's just old. Downscale says the entire queue and all of the theming is an 11.
What's interesting about the whole thing is, though, if they really took the time and the effort, they could make that whole animation courtyard right there, that Muppet courtyard, into an incredibly immersive and fun area for the little ones and the adults. Somebody said earlier, they said they were going to make it Muppet Studio and put like a ride and stuff. What's up, Rob?
Hey,
Buzz.
Rob, welcome in.
They could do that, and they could make it, it could be like a dark ride. I mean, they did it with Roger Rabbit. They have a cartoon spin out in Disneyland. They could do something like that at Disney World.
Yeah.
So it's too bad they didn't. I don't know if they did test cases and stuff like that and ran surveys to see what people did or didn't like. I don't know. Because, I mean, even at the one merchandise store they have, like Melissa always said, she's so disappointed because there's only that one section that has merch, and the rest of it is other stuff. It's too bad.
Wendy says, I'm just obsessed with the Muppets, so I'm biased. See, I am obsessed with them too. And Amy, oh my gosh, she was a cast member when Muppets opened at Hollywood Studio MGM, so that's awesome. So you're right, it needs a refurb, but that's really cool. And Charlie says, McDonald's at 6, heartburn at 6:30, or acid reflux.
If you click on add to broadcast, you'll see there. See where it says add to broadcast?
Oh,
click
yeah.
that. Click it.
Okay. Oh.
Click, and then that'll bring up the chat on the screen for them to see it.
Cool.
Like that.
Yeah. Okay. How epic would it be if there was a dark ride and the exit dropped you in the theater? That would be way cool.
Yeah,
that would be cool.
That would be great.
That would be really
Well, you know,
awesome.
somebody said they should have a meet and greet.
Oh,
There's no reason why they can't do a meet and greet.
You're right, Rhiannon. I mean, who would be the best Muppet meet and greet? There are so many. We got to meet Sweetums at one of the Moonlight Magic for DVC members, and we got our pictures, and that was great for Walt and I. We thought, and so I honestly almost wouldn't even care which Muppet it was because I love them all so much. You know, there are ones you love more than others, but any Muppet I can meet, I would be ecstatic over. Rhiannon said she always liked Fozzie Bear. He's just funny. He's just such a goofball for sure.
Well, they could do...
Wendy says Rizzo and Gonzo for the meet and greet. That would be awesome. If they could do Baby Groot, they can find a way to do Rizzo and Gonzo. They're a great comic duo.
Well, I'll give you a hint.
For sure.
When you go over to Universal Studios, they have Donkey.
Yeah.
Okay? And Donkey he'll talk to you real time.
Almost
he'll
like
talk to you
Turtle Talk with Crush kind of thing.
Think like that. Mm-hmm. They could do that with the Muppets. They could have somebody there that was...
And they could be behind a curtain in a stage... Because that's what it's like, a window where you can see Donkey's head, and it's an interactive experience.
And it's really awesome, too. It's in our most recent video, about which, by the way, everyone should go check out.
We just did a character video, or we had a character challenge. It wasn't really part of our Man vs. Park, but it was our first challenge.
But we won't give it away.
That video.
Go watch it. It's fun.
No, but we had challenged ourselves to see a certain number of characters. So you have to watch our video to see if we did it or not. So Lisa and Joey said, I would say I would like to meet the grumpy balcony guy, Waldorf and Statler, but I already live with one. Walt lives with one with me too. I am the grumpy balcony girl.
Yeah, exactly. No, she's fine.
Oh, yes, I am.
So everybody gave their rating?
Yeah, everybody kind of kept it higher than I thought, to be honest. I really did.
Well, it's a classic. I think it's a lot of fun. There's nothing like the Muppets. The Muppets are great. If they could update that, if they could update the screen a little bit, like take out, what's his name? Waldo. I think that's his name. I think his name.
Oh,
what's his name?
No, he's the spirit of 3D, and I always forget his darn name. Is it Waldo? The spirit of 3D? I would think that's Where's Waldo, though. I always forget his name, and I don't know why. I guess because I'm trying to forget him. Yes, they are eating gourmet McDonald's.
Oh, wow.
What do you think of the Muppet Show in Magic Kingdom? We talked about it briefly, Stacy. I loved it, and I'm sad that they took it away. They did bring it back seasonally, Great Moments in History, but only the American part.
Yeah, that's the only parts I like.
So definitely miss that, and I'm glad they brought it back. I don't know if they will at this point moving forward, but I definitely enjoyed having that. I thought it was just super Muppet style humor. It was Waldo, great. See? So it is Waldo.
That part they could 3D. Do without. They could do without that part, but no. Overall,
yeah, I'm tired of Waldo.
Yeah, he is annoying. He's annoying. I agree 100%. I'm really hoping when they shoot him one of these times, they'll hit the mark.
Candy said it's so fun watching Walt take the back seat. I'm glad you think so. I get all uptight and I just don't stop talking. I'm like,
yeah, ask Stacy, she'll tell you.
I know, poor Stacy. We did a show together, and I think poor Stacy and Meredith, and just like blah 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 blah. Yeah, Stacy's right. Sometimes it is too hot to watch because you're right in the middle of
No, what's Amy saying right there?
Amy says, "Mouse Talk, a vlog idea for you."
In the National Drive they should sell other types of food. Oh, wow.
They do? Okay, oh, my gosh. Thanks, Amy. We'll have to check that out for sure. Downsale says, if they just upscaled the film to 4K and enhanced the audio, that could resolve a lot of the dated aspects other than the hole in the wall.
I agree. I agree 100%. Yep.
It was an awesome show, but just the American parts, Brian says.
It was.
And as Eric says, you are exactly right.
Time for the poll.
Time for the poll. So let's see if I can mess it up and pull something just lame. We have.
Woo-hoo!
What is that?
That's the biggie. Yeah.
HM Hollywood. No, I mean Haunted Mansion. Hollywood. Whatever. We're talking Hollywood Studios. Haunted Mansion tomorrow. Woo! It's a good way to end Friday for sure.
Candy Mom, super
Oh, thank you, Candy Mom. You're so sweet to us all
Cynthia,
the time.
thank you for that. That is very generous.
Thank you, darling.
Thank you for that super chat. Everybody, please thank
Cindy's my adopted daughter, so that's why you'll notice she'll come into the chat and say hi, Mom.
So tomorrow we are talking Haunted Mansion, and I am back in the driver's seat for that one because that's
his favorite. Rob says, woohoo!
Yes, Haunted Mansion
it's
tomorrow.
It's a good one.
We might even go an hour for that one.
Probably could go an hour for that one. There's a lot to talk about in that.
And it's a Friday, too.
We'll have to take you into our bathroom. One of our bathrooms is themed with a Haunted Mansion shower curtain, Haunted Mansion bathroom rugs, and we have a Haunted Mansion picture on the wall. So
laugh out loud. Hollywood Mansion. The Hollywood Mansion. Oh my gosh. All right, well there you go.
Hollywood Mansion. All right. What time tomorrow, Wendy? It is 6 o'clock. I don't think we're changing anything up tomorrow. So 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time here with us here on the Daily Disney Discussion. So we will be here, and love all of you guys. Thank you so much for joining in and being part of the stream. And take care of yourselves and each other. And we'll see you tomorrow. Have a good night.
Everybody have a good night. Thank you all for being here. Bye. Bye.